All right, good morning, sixth grade on Saturday Academy on Saturday, October 10th of 2020. How are we?
Good morning. We're good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wow, 30 of you. This is crazy. And baby Selena came to say hi to you children and said, you better be good and you better do your work. Happy Saturday, she says. Now you gotta go sit because now I gotta go teach. Sit down, good baby. All right, let me just see who just came in. I got one other student. I want to write their name down, but then I got to take attendance. Oh, Flavia. Okay. Flavia Menja. Okay. So if you notice, I did put up the exit ticket, but you're not going to be able to do that until the end of class. There are 7 problems on graphing. The reason why we're going to be reviewing graphing, folks, is because we clearly need some help on that because we keep mixing up the X and Y. Like you can say how to graph it properly, but when it comes for you to do your work and have a grid, a lot of students are mixing it up. They're thinking that the X is the Y and the Y is the X. Let me just clarify that again today because we are going to be moving on to geometry before the state exam, probably around like February. We're going to review all of March and April, everything. And I want to make sure you understand that because when we find area and perimeter, you have to know the quadrants on the coordinate plane. So without further ado, I'm going to be opening up the work that's in your Saturday School Google Classroom. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to call on your name. I know there's about 30 of you. I'm going to try to be as fair as I can. Clearly, there's not 30 problems, but together we'll do it all. Also, if you never completed last week's exit ticket and you weren't on, please make sure at some point you do that for Saturday school. Also, the math test from yesterday, if you didn't do it, because most of you did, but some of you didn't, it's due today by 11:59 p.m. Grades are already in the grade book for those that did it. All right, so today I need you to complete the test if you didn't finish it from yesterday, because there's only one time. You can only do it once. There's no resubmitting work. Your grade is what you get. You do it once and you get a 20 out of 30, that's your grade. Do not resubmit work. Got it? One time, because then you make it too difficult for us in the grade book. Also, make sure you complete today's exit ticket. Let's go, because now it's 9:05, and I know that you want to move with your day because I have things I have to do. But I showed up for you, lovely students, because I care about you. That's why I came today. All right, here we go. Oh, let me go get the Google Classroom. You will not be able to do the exit ticket until I release that. So do not send me a message about that because I'm not going to answer. And I am going to disable the chat. Actually, hold on, let me stop sharing for 1 second because I did not like what happened last time. So that's now done. All right, let me go back to what I was doing. And let me go to, yeah, you see? I don't know why, Nia, you decided to do it. I said you can't do it because if you look at the form, guys, it says it's not accepting responses. So I don't know why we tried.
I didn't do it.
It says you did. Look. It says Nia Myers. That's okay. Anyways, we're just going to move on. Maybe it was an issue. Maybe, I don't know. Sometimes the computer's funny. So, because you're pretty good about it. All right. Anyways, let's just go. Why is it not letting me open up my thing? Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's what we're doing today. The first person on the screen that's going to read is going to be Joelle. Joelle, can you read in a moment? You're going to read the learning target for me and what we're going to be doing today, okay?
Okay.
Nia, I'm going to delete that so you can get another chance, okay? All right. Oh. Suzette. I don't know who that is, but okay. All right, you're going to read me today's learning target for Saturday, October 10th, young man. Go.
I can locate, identify, and name the coordinates on a plane by using horizontal and vertical number lines.
All right, awesome. Okay, the next person is, they're going to read for me. Get ready. On deck, we got them going across my screen. Nia, you're going to read 1 and 2 and 3. Lorena, you got 4, 5, and 6. Carlos, you got 7, 8, 9. Go.
Origin. Starting point of a graph where the x-axis and the y-axis intersect is called 0.00.
Good.
Quadrant. Mean for sections of the graph that is divided by the x and y axis. Coordinate 1 plus positive positive, coordinate 2 negative positive, coordinate 3 negative negative, and coordinate 4 is positive negative.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, number 4, 5, and 6, let's go, you're up. We got to speed this up. Miss Lorena, x-axis, x-coordinate, y-coordinate, your turn.
The x-axis, the horizontal axis on the coordinate plane. 4. Y-axis, the vertical axis on the coordinate plane.
Stop right there for 1 second. Guys, this is horizontal from left to right, okay? Horizontal, left to right, and vertical is top to bottom. Keep going, Lorena.
The x-coordinate, the first number in the ordered pair. Number 6. The second number in the ordered pair.
Excellent. Number 7. Sorry, my pen died. Who's up? Number 7. Let me go grab a pen. Number 7. Who's reading that? I told you you're
7. Coordinate plane formed when two number lines intersect at right angles.
Good. Keep going, Carlos.
8. Axes, the two number lines.
Mm-hmm.
9. Coordinates, the numbers in the ordered pair.
And you know what, Carlos, because you did such a great job, can you read me number 10, please? Ordered pairs, sir.
Ordered pairs. Ordered pairs is a pair of numbers that gives the location of a point on a coordinate. The first number tells how far to the right, positive, or left, negative, the point is located from the origin. The second number tells how far up, positive, or down, negative, the point is located from the origin.
Excellent. All right. We're going to move on now to the work. This is your coordinate plane. Remember, we start at the origin, okay, which is point 0, 0. Remember, as Carlos just read, any number to the right on the x-axis is positive. So the first number is x. So look here from yesterday, we reviewed this. The first number is your x, so we have a 3. We start at the origin and we have to go 3 to the right because it's positive. To get to the second number, which is the y value of 2 in this ordered pair, we'll go to 3 to the right for x. Now we got to go up 2, which gives us quadrant 1. We think of a C as in Miss Canella, quadrant 1, Roman numeral 1. Quadrant 2, 2 I's. Quadrant 3, 3 I's. And quadrant 4 is IV, which is 1 before 5 in the Latin language. Remember, quad means 4 in Spanish. Okay, next up, we're going to have Natalie. Natalie, this is just the coordinate plane. I'm going to make this a little bit larger so you guys can see the numbers. So you're going to use this coordinate plane. Anything in this problem packet today, the x-axis is in green. X is positive to the right, X is negative to the left. Y is positive to the up, and Y is negative below the origin. Okay, that's just a visual for you to see. And as you can see, the plus plus shows me X comma Y. So in quadrant 1, the X is positive, the Y is positive. In quadrant 2, the X is negative, the Y is positive. I'm going over this for a reason. In quadrant 3, the X is a negative and the Y is a negative. And in quadrant 4, the X on the green is positive and the blue, which is the Y, is negative. All right, model problem 1, Natalie, go. Part 1, read me that problem, please. Oh, she's having a trouble. Okay, Leah, help her out. Can you read part 1 for us?
Okay. Which is true of all points in the second quadrant?
All right, so let's look. Quadrant 2. So check this out, guys. Wait, watch this. Ready? So we're interested in this quadrant in green, Leah. What do we know about the X and Y values? Can you see that? We need it a little bigger. Here. What kind of X is it? Negative or positive?
Negative and positive.
Okay, so what's negative and what's positive?
The first number is negative and the second is positive.
So when you say the first number, you're talking with the X or the Y number?
With the X number, right?
Yes, so the X is negative, the Y is positive, okay? Now that she answered that problem, she's going to tell us which answer says X is positive, Y is negative.
Mm, it's D.
Let's see if she's right. Hold on, we had someone else enter. She says X is positive, Y is negative, so you should have circled C, a D on your paper. Yes, guys? Questions, comments, concerns? Are we sure we're good on that? All right. I just had someone else enter, so let me just write down their names. Wow, this is like a packed house this morning. All right. Which ordered pair falls in the third quadrant? Who's next on the screen? So we already did you, Leah. Okay, I don't know. Branson Clark, you're up next. Which ordered pair falls in the third quadrant? So let's go graph each one. 0, 3. Ready? We're going to start. I'm going to put a little triangle there, a little shape. Okay, this is the origin, okay? Yeah? We're going to go to 0, 5. So check this out. 0, 5. Is this in a quadrant? Mr. Branson, is this in a quadrant? Branson,
Yes.
it is?
No.
It's not, because you remember what we said, that if it falls on a number line, it doesn't have a quadrant. So 0, 5 cannot be the answer. So let's go cross that off, okay? For this part, you're going to have to graph. Let's go try -8. We want the third quadrant, right? So -8, -10. So we know that the third quadrant, if we look here, has to be a -x and a -y, Branson. -x and a -y. So which ordered pair has a -x and a -y, Branson? We want a -x and a -y, Branson. Which one? Look at B, C, and D. Branson.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay. So B says -8, -10. Is that negative?
Yeah.
So there's your answer, sir. You see that? This has no quadrant. This is quadrant 3. This has no quadrant. And this would be quadrant 2. See? -2, +6 would be up over here. And it belongs to section 2 of the graph. Do you see that, sir?
Yes.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because ask me now if you're not sure, right? Before I move on, okay?
Okay.
Next. Let's try the next one. The next question is going to be Daniel Flores. We're going to identify or name the quadrants. We want 2, -7. 2, -7. Where would that be? We're going to start here at the origin, right? We're going to go 2, and we're going to go down to -7. Which quadrant is that in, Daniel Flores?
That is in quadrant 4.
Beautiful, Daniel. Okay, do the next one. There's only 2 more. Okay? 4, 6, Daniel. We're going to start at the origin. We're going to walk 4 to the right, go up to 6. What quadrant are we in?
Quadrant 1.
Beautiful, Daniel. Continue. Almost done. -1, -5. What do we do? Walk me through.
We go to X coordinate and Y axis.
Mm-hmm. So negative. Right? I think it says, yeah, -1, -5. So you start at the origin and we want to go negative. We move to the right or the left?
The left.
Good. And now we want to go to -5. Where do we go on the Y? We go up or down? We want -5.
Down.
Good. So what quadrant are we now in? Where our red dot is right here.
Quadrant 3.
Beautiful job, Daniel. Last but not least, Daniel, we want -3, -3, 2. -3 is to the left, and we want to go up to, what is it? Positive 2. -3, +2. Daniel, what quadrant is this red?
Quadrant 2.
Excellent job. Anyone have any questions? All right. Next up, Liana Sanchez. Can you do part 4, please?
Yes. Part 4. It says define the origin of a graph. Answer the origin. The origin is located at 0, 0, 0.
0, 0, guys. Liana, you're going to do another one because that was too easy. I'm not letting you off the hook yet. 0, 0. Got it? Questions, guys? Comments, concerns, dilemmas, issues. All right. If you're with me, give me a thumbs up. I want to see a thumbs up. I got like 40 students on. I don't know who that is, but I need you awake, Mr. Clark. Wake up. Thumbs up. Okay. Emily, good. I don't know who this blue person is. There's nobody there. This is good. This side, turn your cameras on. Keep them on. Good, good, good. Carlos is with us. Good, good, good. Okay. Stephen Kamas, good, good. Just be patient. There's like 40 of you. Hold on. Chris and I need Justin Bodo to turn the camera on. You don't need your phones on. You need your camera on right now. All right, let's move on to the next one. We did that. All right, now we're going to do the opposite. Now we're going to graph and state the quadrants. Stephen Kamas, I want to hear from you. Talk to me about, I'm going to make this smaller. Talk to me about negative 10, comma 1. Stephen, what do we do? Negative 10, comma 1, bud. I'm going to put a little triangle in my origin. Oh, that's very big. Hold on. Stephen, you ready? Stephen C.
Yes.
Louder, please. Can't hear you. Negative 10, comma 1.
Can you hear me?
Yes. How do we go to negative 10, comma 1? So we have to go graph negative 10, comma 1, sir. How do we graph that?
So you start at the origin and you go to the left 10 times
Mm-hmm.
and then go up once.
Good. I love how you said that. Start at the origin, move to the left 10, and move up 1, which brings me to what quadrant?
Quadrant 2.
Right. So on your paper, oops, you would have written here, quadrant 2. All right. You're not going just yet, Samara. You're going to go after this one. Okay, Stephen, please walk me through. How do I graph 3 on the x-axis and 2 on the y, which is blue? How do we do that?
So you start again at the origin, you go to the right 3 and go up 2, and that's in quadrant 1.
Beautiful. Since you did such a great job, young man, I'm going to ask you to finish point C and D for me.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go do C and D. I'm not helping you. Go.
So you go to the left 3, go down 1, and that's in quadrant 3.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Check you out. Next.
Next, in
0,
D,
8. Talk us through that.
so you start at the origin and then you don't go nowhere, and then you just have to go up 8.
Okay. Now, here's the trick question, guys. If you remember from yesterday from Mr. R and I, when the ordered pair falls on the number line, does it have a quadrant?
No, it doesn't have a quadrant.
So what are we supposed to write here?
None.
None. Beautiful. Good remembering. Got this? Does anyone have any questions? If you understand, give me a thumbs up. There's like 40 something of you on today. I will take attendance after. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, I'm just making a spot check. All right, so far it's looking pretty good to me. All right, here we go. We're going to erase this. This is just a review because you guys were mixing up X and Y, but it seems that you have gotten it. It seems that you guys have gotten it. We're going to speed this up a little bit. Yes, I see your hands, Samari and Ian. So Samari, you're going to be next, all right? Let me make this a little smaller now because we're not really graphing. I'm going to make it to 125. And I'm going to make it maybe 100 just so we can see it. All right, Samari. It says, for this exercise, use the coordinate plane below. Guys, please turn your cameras on, okay? I have 4 people without cameras, and I'm confused why. Ian, camera on. Kayla, camera on. Flavia, camera on. Chris, I need a camera on. Flavia, camera on. Justin Bodo, camera on, please. Thank you. Justin, I know you're on your phone, but you need to turn your camera on because you don't need to write anything down. And Chris. Thank you, Justin. Chris, I'm not sure what's going on. I know you had issues the other day. All right, so now Daniela is in a room located at -2, 1. What room is she in, Samari? How do we get there? Walk us through it. Let me start at the origin.
She's in, you start at the origin, then go 2 spaces to the left.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other number? And then 1 space up.
Okay, so what?
Then she's in
2.
She's in quadrant 2. The question says, what room is she in? It's good to know you know your quadrants. Answer, what room does she?
Oh, the library. Oh no, the computer lab.
The computer lab. I'm just gonna put lab, okay? And you just told me in words how you got there. You said you start at the origin, right? Describe in words. You move 2 to the left, and then you move up 1. So you answered that one. All right, letter B would be Ian. Ian, I see you waiting patiently. I see that hand up. I didn't forget you. Ian, talk to me about letter B. Leanna leaves the counselor's office. So go find the counselor's office on here. Let's put it in red here. The counselor's office is here at the triangle. And she walks 5 units to the left. So if you're at 0, 0, the origin, you go 5 to the left. What number are you at now?
-5.
Okay. David just entered. Okay, we're at -5. Now we go 2 down. So if we go at -5 and we walk 2 down, where are we located now?
Science.
Huh?
Science.
Science. Does everyone see that B would be science? I'm not going to write it in. Therefore, what would the ordered pair be, Ian? What did we just graph?
-5, -2.
Right. -5, -2, and this was the science, right? SCC, I'm going to put psi. Yes? Good? All right, let's do the next part. All right, Mr. David, I just saw you come in, so I need your help. All right, I want to catch you up to speed. Nia, you'll be next. On the map above, which is this map we're talking about, okay? What classrooms are in the 3rd quadrant? So before you do that, you got to label your quadrants. Remember the C for Miss Canella or Chris, right? Remember, we draw this big C to remember. So what quadrant is the first number, David?
The first quadrant is going to be 3. I mean, 1.
1. Okay, underneath 2 is what number?
3.
Good, and below 1 is what?
4.
Okay, so now you can answer the questions that you know your quadrants and they're labeled properly. It asks you, which classrooms are in the 3rd quadrant? What are they? Hint, hint, I'm one of the teachers for that subject. Math and any others?
Math and science.
But you guys see, math and science are going to answer letter C. Math and science is letter C because the X point is a negative and the Y is a negative. That's what the 3rd quadrant says in the beginning of the lesson and what we've been working on this week. Okay, we're going to move on. I see your hands. I didn't forget you. Just give me a second, okay? I'm doing the best I can. All right, we don't really need to do that one. I want to talk about this. Okay, we're gonna do this one and make this larger. Mr. Joel, we're going to graph these points and figure out, we're gonna graph the points, say the quadrant, and then the shape. Graph, quadrant, shape. So Joel, how do we graph 1, 3? Talk to me.
You first. You gotta start the origin, and then move right 1 space.
Good, and how do we get to the Y? How do we get to the blue? It's +3. Do we walk up 3 or down?
You gotta move up.
Okay, good. So we're gonna, guys, listen, whoever has the music on, can you just kind of mute with it? All right. We're gonna graph this as 1, 3, right, Joel? What quadrant is it in?
1.
Excellent. Joel, keep going. Go tell me how to get to point B, which is 6, -3, sir.
Hold on.
You got this. Come on. I believe in you. Come on.
You start the origin again, and then go move up 6 spaces.
Move up 6 or move to the right?
Left. Right.
Good. And then what do you do? Guys, cameras should be on at all times, all right? Justin, I need your camera on to get credit, sir. Keep going. 6, what?
And then you gotta go down 3.
Good. And we're going to label this point B, which is 6, -3, which is in what quadrant of the graph, Mr. Joel?
4.
Good job, Joel. Okay, last one. How do we go graph 6, 4, young man?
You gotta start at the origin and move to the right. Wait, no.
Yes, you're right. 6 is positive. Remember, positive x is to the right. You're right. Keep going.
And then you gotta move up 4.
And we're going to call this C. And what quadrant does this lie in?
1.
Okay, Joelle, we're not done yet. The last part is now we're going to figure out what shape this is. I wish Mr. R was here because he did such a good job yesterday with the drawing. All right. I'm going to try to be like that. I don't know. Okay, what shape did we just draw?
Triangle.
Right. Got it? Everyone see that? Because later on, when you're dealing with a geometry, you have to know how to plot points on a coordinate plane. And then they're going to ask you to say what shape you drew. And then they're going to ask you to find area and perimeter. So that is why we're doing this. And also, too, you need to know how to read maps. Because maps have coordinates on it. Like you'll see that in your social studies class if you haven't already, or maybe science, math, or maybe ELA, or something along those lines. Okay? We have to know how to read maps. It's just a skill we need to know. This is why the coordinate plane is relevant to math class. All right, we already kind of did this one. I want to do this problem with you guys. I definitely want to go over number 8 because we had some confusion the other day in class. So the next person to read this problem for me is going to be Brandon. Brandon, can you read this for me? And then I'm going to give you time to work on your work that I posted. Mr. Brandon?
Yeah.
Hey, good morning. Can you read me point A, please?
All right. Point A and point B are placed on a number line. Point A is located at -25, and point B is 5 less than point A. Which statement about point B is true?
Okay, so what do we got to do first? We got to create a what, kiddo?
You gotta create a number line.
Okay, and we know that to the left of 0, we have what kind of numbers, young man?
Negative.
Okay, we have negative numbers. So I automatically already labeled that, okay? Wow, there's so many coming in. There's another one coming in. All right, so now, I see your hands up, Mia. You just got to give me a minute, all right? So now let's check this out. We know that point A is at -25. So here's what I'm going to do. I know that this, oops, not that one. Sorry, this one. This is point A in blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I need to figure out, man, another one? Okay, she got kicked out. So now another point that we got to figure out, it says here, point A is -25, bam, -25. Point B is less than point A. Guys, cameras on. Justin, Yankel, camera on, please. 5 less than A. So let's say this. If you have 5 less than, are you going to be farther from 0 or closer to 0? Look at the word less than.
Farther than 0.
Which means you're now at what number for point B? If it's farther from 0, is it -30 or -20, Brandon?
-30.
Excellent. Now, we already know that the answer has to have -30. So which 2 answer choices can we cross off?
B and B.
Beautiful. So now the key is we know it's -30, right? But here's the difference. To the right or to the left? We're talking about direction now. So point A, is it to the right or to the left? That's pretty easy. You said it before.
To the left.
Bam, we choose C, guys. A lot of students think it's -20 because they say, okay, if I have -25 and I have less than, I'm gonna take 5 away. But think about it as money. If you owed me $25, guys, and then you asked me to borrow another 5, you owe me now $30. You owe me 5 less. You're 30 units from 0. Always think about negative numbers that we've been telling you as money. Anyone have any questions? Thumbs up if you're with me. Thumbs up if you're with me, folks. Let me check out my screen going on here. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. All right, let's take this away. And like I said, I put a lot of work on here for a reason. I'm gonna leave the last like 15 minutes for you to complete the work. All right, let's look at this one we went over in class yesterday, but I wanna go over it again. Let's see, I saw someone's hand up. Juliana, can you read this? Actually, Marley, can you read this question? It has your name in it.
Marley is using a coordinate plane to design a rectangular swimming pool. She will plot points on coordinate plane to mark the
Vertices.
vertices of rectangle, a rectangle pool bottom. If Marley plots the first three at
They want to know what is your fourth point, right, Marley?
yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do, Marley. We're going to go graph 5, 3. Okay, so we're going to say we're going to start at the origin, Marley. And now, how do I get to 5? Do I move to the right or the left, Marley? Here's my origin, right? In the red circle. I want to go to positive 5. Do I move to the right or the left?
Right?
Good. Now I want to go to positive 3. So this is the X, and now I want to go on the blue. Do I move up 3 or down 3 for the Y?
You move up 3.
Good. So Marley, I'm going to go graph here. We're going to say that this number is 30, okay? Where I circled the blue, that's 30. So we're going to go graph 5. So we're going to go at the origin. We're going to move what? Marley, this is still you. We start at the origin, and what do? We want to go to 5. Is it to the right or to the left?
To the right.
Good. And now we want to go to 13. Do we move up or down?
Up.
Up. Okay. Now, Marley, we want to go graph 30. We know that this is 30, 13's here. I want to show you something real cool. Check this out, Marley, and the rest of you guys. We need to figure out a rectangle. Watch this. This is really cool, County. I know you guys started using it in ELA.
Miss Canella,
Yeah?
can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, you may. So Marley, look, I want to make a rectangle. So I need to know where I'm putting this square. What would that point be? 30 what? What's the Y at on the blue point? 30 what?
30.
We want to know what that red rectangle will be. Look, 30. It's going to mirror. It's going to be a reflection. This is 5. Ooh, sorry about that. This point. So this point is 5, 3. You told me you start at the origin, you go to the right 5, you go up 3. So 30, and what's the Y point? It's the same as this one. 33, right? Yeah. 33. Does everyone see how it made a rectangle? So the fourth point would be 30, 3. So we would pick choice D. There's no way it's going to be 528 because 513's here. And if I go to 28, I'm going to be here, and there's no way. There's no way it would be 2013 because it's not going to make a rectangle. And there's no way it would be 35 because it would be over here. And that would make a different shape, right? Okay, so all of this is all about knowing where number lines lie. Does anyone have any questions for me? Because now's the time to ask about anything so far again. All right, so let's look at what you have to do now. I'm going to hit stop share. I'm going to now open up the chat. So if you understood this lesson, say, I understand the lesson in the chat box. Only I understand the lesson in the chat box.
Is displayed?
I opened it up. So if you understand the lesson, put I understand. If you don't understand the lesson, say I'm lost in the chat box. I understand. I don't know how many people are on, but there's a lot of people today. Thank you for showing up. You guys will earn a free 100 for showing up on a Saturday morning. I will make sure. That's why I'm taking a screenshot. I understand. I'm waiting for a few more. I don't have everybody. I don't know why cameras are off, Ian. Thank you, Ian. Let me retake that shot. Daniela, pay attention. We're almost done. I'm going to release your work for you. All right. Everyone pretty much shows I do understand. Okay, that's what I like to hear. Would someone like to come off of mute and tell me, type in the chat if you would like to tell me how you found this lesson today before I release your exit work to complete before you go to ELA? Who would like to tell me? Nia, camera, please. Me. Okay, go ahead, Anaya. I saw you first. Talk to me about today's lesson. Thoughts, feedback, comments. What do you think?
Today's lesson was really nice because I got to understand, I got to get into more depth about what I was learning about,
Which is what?
which is about um, quadrants, and we also got to learn about the coordinate pilot and how we use it in math.
Awesome. Anybody else want to volunteer and tell me something that they learned, what they thought? Hey, Carlos, what's your feedback for today? What are your thoughts about today's lesson? Go ahead, Carlos. What do you got to say?
I thought the lesson today was actually pretty good, and I learned more about the coordinate plane, and I learned how to you know, I learned more about the coordinate plane. That's it.
Great. So I hope that you guys remember that horizontal is always the x. The x-axis, real quick, I want to recap, right? I see you, Ian. Give me a sec. I want to recap that if you start at the origin, any number to the right on x is positive. Any number to the left of the origin on the x is negative, right? The y, if the y is positive, you go up vertical. And if it's negative, you go down. Ian, did you want to add one last thought before I release your work? Yes, no, maybe so? Going once. Anybody else want to contribute? No? Okay, I'm going to hit stop record. At this point, guys, I'm going to ask for you, I'm going to turn on my exit ticket for Saturday school. Once that is done, I will have you complete your iReady minutes because you're here until 9:55 with me. So I'm going to stop recording.